All right, so the 2021 Home Run Derby was tonight, and I mean, I got to give it to him. It was really exciting, even though it wasn't the outcome I really wanted. It was a very exciting Home Run Derby, and it was kind of exciting for me because, Matt Olson was in it. It's not common for a representative of your team to make it because there's only 8 guys out of 30 teams. There's the likelihood of someone from your team making it is not very high. However, Matt Olson completely deserved it, and he made it. So I was very happy about that. And he actually hit in the first round, and he actually got out in the first round. But, I mean, I got to give it to him. He hit well despite getting out in the first round. So he faced Trey Mancini in the first round, and there was some sketchy stuff that happened in this. They don't really dispute any of, the bad calls and stuff, really, because it's kind of like a fun event, even though it is pretty competitive. So, yeah, Trey Mancini won 24 home runs to 23 by Olson. And, I think it was a pretty good round. And the final hit by Olson was barely foul. It was just barely, out of reach. And so, yeah. Olson, I guess I'll talk about Mancini first since he hit first. He was struggling at the beginning, and then he took a timeout, and then he just completely got a great round. He had totaled 24 homers. His longest was close to 500 feet at 496. Olson struggled out the gate, but then became very efficient. He swung over 30 times. His pitcher was pretty terrible. And he had the chance to tie Mancini at the buzzer, but then it hooked down the right field line, and he got 23 instead of 24. Now, the sketchy thing I was talking about is Mancini hit a home run after the buzzer was, sounded. So, Olson very well should have won this, but I'm not going to be mad about it because it's the Home Run Derby. It's not the World Series. But Olson should have won. That was a very bad call. So, yeah. Next, Joey Gallo versus Trevor Story. Story won by 1 homer against Gallo. Really close one, actually. Gallo almost came back. And Gallo was one of the favorites. Story, obviously, the hometown Rocky. He's not going to be a Rocky probably for too much longer. He had the fans on their feet. He hit some great homers. Gallo, he was obviously a favorite, like I said. He just really couldn't get it going in regulation. A lot of these guys just couldn't really get it going. I mean, it's not too often where you're trying to hit home runs like every single swing in real games either. So, he made a run in his final minute, but Story won. And, 2019. Pretty good round. Next one, Pete Alonso beat Salvador Perez. This one wasn't super close. Alonso had 35 homers, hitting some over 500 feet. Perez had 28. Perez is pretty good. It was a good round for him. I mean, if you put Perez against any other guy, I think he would have won. But Alonso, obviously the defending champion, he just was crazy, destroying balls. And Perez, he had a great round, but he just kind of got unlucky with the matchup. So yeah, then we had Juan Soto against Ohtani, which was the most crazy round because Ohtani is the favorite, right? But Ohtani kind of choked. So they tied in the first round. Ohtani was really slow out the gate. I mean, he was like 1 for 13 on his first 13 swings, and he rallied late though to tie up Soto, and Soto did great. I mean, for a guy that hasn't been super great at home runs this year compared to these other guys, it was good. There was a tiebreaker. So they both hit 6 homers in the last minute, so about 1 per every 10 seconds. And then in the swing off, Soto homered on all 3 swings, and Ohtani failed on his first attempt. So swing off is where you get 3 extra attempts if it goes to double overtime. So then we head to the second round, Trey Mancini against Trevor Story. A low-scoring round, but Mancini got 13, Story got 12. It was like a walk-off fashion. Obviously very low home run totals in this. So Story just really couldn't get into a groove, and Mancini won the round with time to spare. So then Pete Alonso versus Juan Soto, another low-scoring one, 15-16, Alonso won that round. Soto just really couldn't get it to go. He had a great first round. I was surprised he didn't really get it going, but Alonso was on a mission. He was just, vibing the whole game. And he was actually trailing. This was actually kind of like a tough round for him. He was trailing with about a minute left, and he took a timeout and then homered to walk it off. So then we head to the finals. This was a crazy round. Mancini did pretty good. It's a great story. He sat out all last year, obviously, with cancer, so it's an incredible story. But he had quite a performance. He did great. I mean, he definitely exceeded my expectations. He was actually a replacement in this, and he did good. I mean, making the finals is still pretty impressive, even if you don't win it. Alonso had 23 homers, and he won his back-to-back title because there wasn't one last year. He is the first back-to-back home run derby champ since Oakland Athletics player Yoenis Cespedes, slugger. I miss that guy. But 23-22 final, Alonso wins. Good home run derby. I mean, this one was more exciting. I think some past years, I guess because the A's don't always have players in it, but some years it's kind of boring. And I think this year every round was close. So I think that was fun. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Sucks Matt Olson, didn't win it. I had faith in him, but he didn't get it going, and it's okay. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, and see you guys later.